Hi guys, and welcome back. So I'm playing with some new paints today. It's gonna be fun. I'm really excited. I've actually been using these paints for at least a month, maybe a couple. So these are not my first impressions, which is kind of nice. They're a mix of first impressions, early impressions, where I'm at this point. After I've tried them on a couple of paintings, after I played with them a lot. And today we're going to do a little sketch together where I'm going to try a little bit of a different style. We're going to talk about it. We're going to play. We're going to have fun today. So the paints that I got recently are the golden SoFlat paints. And in case there's any question, I bought these with my own money. This isn't sponsored. Previously, my experience before this was using Holbein acrylic gouache, which is very popular, and I did really love them. But I ran out of a couple colors, so I thought I would broaden my horizon since I've been playing with them more and more. So I got a bunch of these. So this is what they look like. They come in these little bottles. So I actually am excited that they come in bottles. So the reason that they're packaged in bottles as opposed to like the tubes of paint like Holbein, from what I've read at least, is that these are more inclined to separate, so you'll want to stir them up. I found that some of the pigments separate, some of them don't really, so it's not universal, it seems. And one of the benefits that I actually found with working with paint that's in a tub is I find it so much easier to get the exact amount of paint out that I want to use. I don't know what it is about tubes, but I always end up squirting too much of the paint out, like way too much. When I want just a tiny bit, just so much comes out. So these I really like because it's very easy just to dip a brush in and get exactly this tiny amount. So the smaller, I guess that's really the key, is that the smaller doses of paint, it's much easier to keep that to keep them small, to not waste paint. There's so many times with the tubes of paint that I end up scraping back and putting back in paint that I know I'm not going to use. So I liked that. But yeah, what drew me to these paints in particular is that they have a couple features that they're designed to enhance, I guess you could say. So one of the big ones is it's matte. All of the paints are matte, which I think is fantastic. I love the look of the acrylic gouache, where it dries down to this really velvety, matte, it's beautiful texture. And that was one thing that I actually really hated about acrylics when I've used them in the past, is I hated the shine of it, but also the fact that it wasn't uniformly shiny when you did your acrylics. Now I can see that I could have put a varnish on them, but doesn't really matter. I don't like the shine of acrylic paint, and I love the matte quality of these. I love the matte quality of the acrylic gouache. It's just so, it's nice. I like it. Some of the other features though that this line of paints is designed around is, I believe that they're aiming for maximum opacity that they can. So all pigments are not created equal as far as that is concerned, as far as opacity. So some pigments are just naturally more opaque and some are naturally more transparent. But I know that that was one of the goals with this line, is to get them as opaque and covering as possible, which is also something that I like. I like being able to get that really solid opaque layer of color. And the last thing that I think is very well fitting to what I prefer is these paints are self-leveling. So the paints want to level out. They want to get rid of your brush strokes and the texture within the brushes, or the texture within the brush strokes. And I love that. I am always trying to get very smooth application of paint. I want to minimize the look of a brushstroke within my pieces. So these paints are definitely well tuned for that. I find that they're actually significantly better for that than the acrylic gouache from Holbein. And I think by nature these are thinner, so they are more inclined to end up smoother and flatter as they dry, whereas the Holbein acrylic gouache, it's thicker, so it can preserve some of that texture a little bit better. If you add water, it becomes thinner, and then you can get a little bit of a smoother application. But briefly, I would love to tell you a little bit about the big project that I've been working on for months. So I have been creating a playing card deck that is based off of the motif of Death and the Maiden. And it's done, and I'm ready to kickstart it. I'm so excited to show you guys the final artwork for all of the cards. I have a link in the description that'll take you over to a pre-launch landing page over on Kickstarter. You can put in your email, and Kickstarter will send you an email as soon as I launch it, and then you can come and check it out and see what the rewards are. But I love this card deck. I love the art for it. I feel really excited about it. It's a dream project of mine, and the outcome, I can't wait to share it with you guys, to show it to you guys. The Kickstarter campaign launches March 31st. So that's actually less than a week away. So I am so pleased. I'm really excited to put this out into the world. So again, there's that link in the description if you'd like to go check it out. I would love that. So let's talk about them. The paints, my experience so far. I got basically like a nice full line of colors, of pigments. So I got the 2 starter packs. One is called Pop. I can't remember what the other one was called. It doesn't really matter. And then I got a couple other colors that piqued my interest. But in the end, I ended up with a very nice rainbow of paints. I have warm and cool red and yellow and blue, and yeah, I have what I need to essentially paint anything that I want with just these colors. And the benefit is these mix beautifully with the Holbein acrylic gouache. They're very compatible. So these paints, the SoFlats, they're not marketed as acrylic gouache, but by all intents and purposes, they are. They're basically the exact same. They feel the same as any other acrylic gouache. It's essentially just a matte acrylic paint, and yeah, they blend together. So if you already have some of one line and you want to expand, they marry very well together. And I've done multiple paintings, several paintings where I've used both of them together. I mix them together. I've had different areas of the paintings that have been painted predominantly with different paints, but yeah, I've used them interchangeably multiple times now, and I've been really happy with the results. And I think that that's actually really kind of nice to be able to pick and choose. I find that some paints, like we mentioned earlier, some paints are more opaque, have more covering power, so I can choose those for certain situations. And then some are just more saturated or more transparent, and I might be looking for that. Anyways, I really enjoy that they can be mixed together, so you can kind of pick and choose what you like about the different lines and add them together. So let's talk a bit about how I've used these paints. So I've done a few paintings so far with a few different techniques. So I've kind of gone from a range of pieces where I've tried to get very opaque, solid color application, and then I've done pieces where I have done more of like a textured, glazed quality to it. And there are definitely limitations when it comes to more of that leaning on the glazing and that transparent side. So these paints just aren't designed for that per se, but I mean, that's the fun part of being an artist, is exploring the limitations of what you can do. But I found that there is a lot of play that you can have with leaning onto the more transparent paints. So if you're using paints that are more transparent, sorry, I'm saying transparent so many times. If you're choosing those specifically though, you can get a much more homogeneous, clean looking wash with them essentially. And that's one of the things that I love about the golden paints, is that they have that swatch of the paint right on the front, so you can see which ones are transparent and you can see the actual paint color. I love that. I find that so delightful and convenient. But yeah, you can choose which ones are going to serve your purpose best, as far as which ones are more opaque and which ones more transparent. So this is an example of one of my pieces that I did that was a little bit more on the transparent building up side. So it's a little bit more granulated, grainy, if you will. And yeah, there's just more texture to it. And then the more water that you add to it, the more transparent it becomes and the more you can push that. So I actually really loved the process of working on pieces where I built up thinner layers and I could be very intentional and consistent with like the smoothing out any texture in the brush strokes, so that when I got to the end result, it was just this really smooth, velvety finish, and I loved that final outcome. So I really like that. I've also done a few pieces, or a piece, where I built up the layers, but all of the layers were very transparent, so that the final result just felt very, like it had a lot of depth to it. There was a lot of texture. It was kind of grungy, and I loved that effect too. So this piece that I'm working on today, I considered this a painting sketch. It was so much fun. I'll put that out there. It was incredibly fun to work on this. It's a different style from what I usually work, how I usually work. I tend to like to do very clean pieces. I am not an artist that leans more on like painterly approaches. And I loved working on this. This was such a break from some of that rigidity, and I could really enjoy just getting into the moment. But anyways, I tried to do a bit of a mixture of applying the paint really thick. So some areas I take it right out of the jar of paint. I don't thin it down with any water, and I just spread it onto my painting, and I got the full effect of that paint. And then there were some areas where I added more water to the paint, and then I built it up more. And then there were other areas that I was using very transparent paints and then letting the sketch show through from below. And then I built up other areas so that it became more opaque and it had fuller coverage. Yeah, this piece was kind of the point where I wanted to bring in a lot of the techniques and a lot of the things that I had seen with these paints, and I could bring it all together and I could see how they play together. And yeah, I could just play with these paints and use them in a little bit of a different way than I usually approach them, so I could learn a little bit more about them, about how I like to use them. And that's something that I'd probably recommend to anyone who's starting off a new medium or new paints, is just play with them, see what you can do with them, explore, push the boundaries of what you think you can do with them. That way you have more knowledge, more in your arsenal, more in your toolkit of when you're using that new medium, so you know what you can do with it when you're working on a more realized piece, whatever that means for your particular style and your approach to making art. But I would love to do this kind of thing more. I would like to sketch more with paint. I want to paint more, and I less often, I should say, have a finalized composition sketch drawing that I can turn into a painting. And working on something like this, where it took minimal sketching and planning and more heavy painting, more on the side of painting, it was enjoyable. It was a breath of fresh air as far as just remembering why I love painting. But that is a totally different video than what this is. I'll say that working on this painting, it made me fall in love more with these paints. I'm so in love with them. I love it. I love the matte quality of them. I really do. I love that. I think that for me, I prefer it over like a glossy acrylic. And I think I don't know, I might prefer it over like glossy oil paints. I don't know, but I like it. I like the finish of it. Okay, so let's do a little wrap up. My takeaway for these paints. I will say that I love them. They check the box for so many things that I want out of my paints. So they are mostly opaque, or at least generally moving in that direction. They are smooth and flat applying. They are beautiful and very saturated, very bright. And I love that. You can always mute down your paints, but it's basically impossible to add more chroma to your pieces. So I love that. They're just so bright and pretty. I love the finish. They're matte, so, so beautifully matte. And they're all equally matte. That's what I found, is that they're all of the paints that I have tried, they're all the same level of matteness, which is completely matte, which I love. So there's not some paints or pigments that are leaning shinier. And in my research, that is what I found, is that it seemed like Golden was saying that they had used pigments that could specifically be matte, where some pigments just do not want to be matte. They want to be really glossy. So they avoided those. So if you're buying from this line, you know that they're going to be matte, which I love. I love that you can just reliably get the effect that you want out of it. I also love that they're in jars. I mentioned why. I have tipped one over though. I knew that I would when I bought them. I knew I was going to knock one over. I didn't actually make it very far. I think it was like the second day and I just knocked it right over. But luckily the viscosity of the paint is it's thick enough that it didn't all just like pour out. It mostly stayed in the jar. I was able to scoop some of it up. It was a mess though. So be careful. Don't tip over your paints. But I found that the benefits were higher, at least for me and my preferences. And yeah, I like the jars. I also think they're very cute. That's a totally fairly irrelevant note as far as the packaging of paints. You want them to be functional first, but they're also so cute. They just look really cute. Oh, another point that I forgot to expand on earlier, but I find that they dry really fast, which is kind of a blessing and a curse. So they dry on your palette really fast. I find that the bigger the pile of paint on my palette, the longer it stays wet. So it's something that I can just be a little bit more aware of. I can pay attention to the paint and the state that it's on, and I can add more water as I'm using it. So that's one negative, is that it does mean that if I'm not paying attention, I have to remix paint more often sometimes, and it can mean a little bit more wasted paint because it dries faster. But one of the big benefits to that is I smear my paint all the time. I smear the paintings on my pieces, particularly when I am doing line art, which I want it to be as crisp and clean as possible. It's one of the last steps of a painting, and so many times I've just brushed my hand over freshly painted or semi-freshly painted line work and just completely smeared it. And with the Holbein acrylic gouache, I find that it stays wet for longer, which means that I have to be a little bit more aware. I have to fix my mistakes more because I make more mistakes. With these paints, I found that they were almost instantly dry, so there were way less smears, way less mistakes. There were times where I did smear it and it was mostly dry, so it was just this tiny little smear, and then I was thinking if I was using the other paints, it would have been so much more of a mess than that. So that's a benefit. That's a pretty solid benefit. Oh, and a quick reminder, I have that link down in the description that'll take you over to the Kickstarter page for my playing card deck Kickstarter, which is called The Grim Dreamers. And that's March 31st when it launches. So really coming up there. I'm so excited. There's some limited tiers, original paintings, and then of course the cards that I'm just so excited about. So yes, there's that link in the description if you'd like to go check it out. That's it for today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.